We are here at Old Ground, Anchorville, one of the first settlements established by the Europeans. The importance of sugar goes beyond its economic value. The impact it has on our history and the families who built their lives on it is immeasurable.
My family, my livelihood, everything is cane. Most likely in Borby's here, let me make it straight and frankly, cane cutting, harvesting is we job, especially is we eating. And if something will close down, you don't know what will happen. Punishment is going to be in the family.
I worked in here for 41 years. I like my job, and because of Gaisuku, I earn whatever I have.
I graduated in 1992 as a grade 2 auto electrician. So that is about approximately 30 years ago. We had a lot of challenges, but I was able to rise above these challenges, which makes me a better person today.
This is the work where we depend on. And I think this grew up everybody and send everybody to school.
I've been working at Central Workshop for over about 32 years, but I was attached to Enmore Estate before I came to Central. I started working in 1987, the 5th of January.
I work here for 30 odd years, 32 years, and this job is not important alone for me. I have a family. I have a son working in Gaisuku, I have my daughter working in Gaisuku, and this job is very well important for the family, even to the committee, the community out there. Every time crops start, they reach you on the road, the businessmen, and they ask you when the crop would start, and that would tell you that this job is important for each and every person, not a person who now work with Gaisuku and all. It is important for each and every person out there, because Gaisuku is the main source. When we look at Borby's, is the main source. Their area income came from. So we have to produce sugar to get those income.
To understand a multifaceted industry of sugar, we must go through the process, from start to finish. From planting the sugar cane to adding a scoop of sugar in your morning tea. In any agricultural production, land preparation involves the removal of vegetation, tillage, leveling of land, and the construction of beds. Drainage and irrigation are also a part of the process. The Dutch had originally set up complex drainage systems to simultaneously assist with irrigation and transportation from field to factory. Aspects of that method are still being used today. The punts are pulled downstream, then by tractor to the factory. In 2021, the Albion Port Morant estate suffered major devastation after a 95-day flood. Everything that you're seeing on screen was completely submerged as a result of heavy rainfall.
I have been in sugar for the past 24 years. This is my first job, and I work in almost all the departments. And when I would have seen this crop established and coming back when this crop was doing its mid-growth, and to see the devastation, I mean, it brought tears to my heart, right? Also, a lot of persons, I think about the persons on the outside also, the livelihood that the persons on the outside would be able to enjoy as a result of, a good crop the estate encouraged, because Gaisuku provides direct and indirect support to, especially in the indirect support would be the persons who are supplying services outside. So they expect business, people at the market, they expect business from Gaisuku people. So when Gaisuku is affected and the earning base, so the people who work in Gaisuku is affected, they're also affected, right? So it had devastating impacts on the people on the outside. The reduction of canes in the field therefore means there's a reduced cane stock for the harvesters. They would reduce canes for harvesters to harvest. That would have an effect on your crop, because at the end of the day, our job is sugar production, and for every reduction in sugar cane is a reduction in our crop target.
Before planting can begin, the right variety of sugarcane must be determined to achieve optimal sugar production.
The field lab actually is responsible for conducting all surveys on the estate
so as to guide the crop husbandry department in terms of whatever damage takes place in the field and what control needs to be carried out. My role as the estate agronomist is actually to ensure that all the estate activities are carried out in the prescribed manner, that is from planting right on to harvesting. And also in terms of pests, diseases, all crop husbandry work and activities, I'm also responsible for ensuring that they are adhered to the correct standard and also guiding the crop husbandry department in terms of when is the best time to harvest.
Commonly known as the sugarcane borer, the Diatria saccharalis is a pest that feeds on the stem of the sugarcane, causing major damage, thus resulting in limited sugar production. The role of the biocontrol unit is to eradicate such pests, and one means of doing so is by releasing a parasite to feed on the Diatria in a controlled environment. Cm sections of sugarcane stalks or billets are planted in the fields, from which new shoots are produced.
You don't go anywhere and plant, and you got timing and sequence of the operation, what has to be done for us. We prepare our seed cane in our nursery, we clean it regularly, pest-free, disease-free, we booster if necessary.
And we needed support from both government, which is giving us a great support at this time, and we need a greater support from the workforce itself. Because Fruit Run Farm is an ideal block and it's an economic benefit to the whole of Region 6. To work at I flood for 10 years and Wales for 10 years. The economic impact is that a lot of people have been placed beneath their breadline. Why? Is because the labor force of itself in Gaisuku were not qualified or skilled labor force, like persons who were involved in planting, fertilizing, drain digging, cane harvesting, not clerical duties. So at that time, and each person, right, is represented by actually an average family of 5. So you find that a single person have to support 4. So that's why the economic impact was great, because we, by removing close to 7,000 persons off the job, it means that the 7,000 by 5 persons, you're actually depriving of our daily bread, because remember, there wasn't work for all of them. Where they could work, they're not skilled professionals, so we could go and teach, we could go and start a work as an accountant, or we could work as a nurse. They were cane harvesters and they were that.
I've been working with this cooperation for approximately 31 years. Start off first as a planter, and then I move and be in the first aid. I plant about 15 years, and the next 16 years I become a first aider. But my immediate duty as a first aider is to take care of any injuries on the job while these guys is working.
A critical aspect of sugarcane cultivation is drainage and irrigation. Without the pump station, the estate can suffer significant losses.
This place, this place 100 and odd years during the British time, and all of us start to inherit this system. So this is a power and pumping station. You also drain, you also irrigate back to. When you say irrigate, you drain the sideline and store back the water in the cultivation as well. And then now, the set pump here also start to get involved in private farm, thing like rice farm, cattle range and thing. All of them start to get benefit. All this are drain right here.
The entire community, the East Berbice region depend on Alvin Estate for drainage and irrigation, especially irrigation. During the dry weather, bringing sweet water from Berbice River via Torani Canal down the East Berbice through Kanji Creek. Days where other farmers access fresh sweet water coming from Borbis River via Torani Canal, which is a 13-mile canal linking Kanji Creek. And that would prevent salt water going up the creek. So we play a major part for the East Borbis area. We also drain the entire area within Albion, Port Brant area. We have a total of 17 drainage pumps. We completely depend on pumps because of the lowness of the estate. We actually lower estate than most of the other estate. So you'll have to do pumping the excess water through rainfall and water coming from the wider community and also from the factory and other areas. The other thing is that we also drain the other farmers around our areas, such as rice, cattle, the people who are doing fishing and all these other things.
Once the sugarcane is mature, the fields are burnt to prepare for harvesting. Sugarcane harvesting in Guyana is usually done manually or semi-mechanical. By 2026, Gaisuku is hoping to convert to fully mechanical forms of harvesting.
In this operation, they will cut and stock it, and then the bell operators will take the bell loaders and load it into the pond. After loading, the ponds will be taken to the factory, so it's with set size. 5 person at 2.6 ton per person. The man can earn enough and also have the maximum pond weight that we're looking for. That will give them the opportunity, or give us the parameters to reach that 6.5 ton.
At least we weren't in a reasonable day pay now than before. Yeah. We weren't doing something this and we making little day pay and thing now. A worker can earn a decent salary and thing now.
And every day I depend on the job right now, every day. I get kids home, so if it goes down, I feel that everybody gonna suffer it if it gonna close down. So I feel that go bad for how it is right now.
This is the sound of sugar cane transforming into sugar. It is a series of complex processes working hand in hand to produce the highly demanded product.
At the factory, the bundled cane in each punt is lifted out by cane gantry, or alternatively, tipped via a punt dumper, to be weighed and is then released to the feed table, where it is washed and cleaned. About 75% of sugar cane is water, whereas its average sugar concentration is 16%. Grinding the cane is necessary to separate sugar from the water and the remaining plant matter. To extract the juice from the cane, it is passed through a series of rollers, arranged to give a sequence of compressions. It then goes through a filter system to further extract sugarcane juice, reducing wastage and maximizing output. The next step is processing, where the sugarcane juice undergoes evaporation, crystallization, and centrifugation. Boiling this juice results in a syrup that becomes thick and crystallized. In each evaporation stage, the sizes of the sugar crystals are measured to achieve optimum quality. In the last evaporation stage, the sugar crystals should appear slightly bigger. To create raw sugar, the crystals are then spun in a centrifuge. The final product is achieved and sugar is ready to be packaged for your consumption.